Good afternoon, lovely 602.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Canella. Good afternoon, Ms. Canella, Mr. Art.
Again, as a reminder, guys, I'm going to say it again. Today, you have no independent practice. All you have to do is worry about your notes. If you got all your notes down, you get full credit for today. Then we're utilizing the rest of the time to either complete our extra credit assignment or are ready.
So,
Are we clear?
Mr. Art, can I chime in?
Absolutely, Ms. Canoa, go.
In terms of the notes, folks, I'm going to be very strict. I've been grading them all day. If you do not have exactly what's modeled on the screen and what's posted in Google Classroom, you will not get 100. I need to repeat that again because people in here think, well, I turn my notes in, I get 100. It doesn't work like that. If your notes do not match what we present with the bunny hops and with the number line and with the labeling, you will not get 100. Let me make that clear again. When you finish, it's highly suggested of you to work on iReady because your 150 minutes are due at 3:30. Isabella just told me she's outside again.
No, I guess, yeah. I'm not
She's
excusing it more.
heading home now, and she'll be able to do her notes in a minute. Okay, let's get started. We need a screenshot taker, and we need a learning target. Quickly, Jean, learning target, correct? Screenshot taker. Angie, want to do it? Okay, let's get started. So this is what I'm talking about. I made some adjustments on here. I added some stuff. Oh wait, I don't see everybody. Here we go. So, Jean, it is Friday, May 21st, 2020, standard 7.NS.1 for number system. The word is pronounced rational number. Okay, guys? Go ahead, Jean. Read the learning target all the way up to number 1. Go ahead.
Okay, so learning target. I can solve multi-step problems involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of integers and rational numbers and apply to real-world situations. Lesson notes on addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, integers, and rational number. Today, schoolers will review how to solve multi-step problems involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and integer and rational numbers, and apply them to real-world situations. This is beginning of 7th grade math. Please refer to the chart below to assist you to become familiar with the rules. Important vocabulary words. Number 1, rational numbers is a number that can be written as a factor. As a fraction. Rational numbers are all real numbers and can be positive or negative. A number that is not rational is called irrational. Most of the numbers that people use in everyday life are rational. These include fractions and integers. Examples. 2. Other rules. The rules for the addition, subtracting, or rational numbers are the same as those for addition and subtraction integers.
All right, so let's look at how we do number 1. So I'm going to make myself real transparent like I did in the other classes today. Just want to show you that there's a number line at the bottom of your page. You do not have to draw my number line because there's one here. So you do have to know, though, the purple and blue words, that when you go backwards or downward, it's negative, and when you go forward, it's positive. That you got to know. So which word problem has a solution of -4? Well, it's very simple. We have to come up with number sentences for each chart, each choice, and then figure out which one is equal to -4. So Joseph, can you read A for us and tell us what the number sentence will look like?
A. Which word problem has the solution of -4? So Eric jogged 5 yards forward and then jogged 9 yards backward. What was his final position compared to his starting point? Okay, so on the number line, he would jump 5 times to the right,
Okay.
and then, which would be +5
Good.
plus a -9,
Good.
which means jumping 9 times in the negative direction.
Great. So Joseph, we're going to start at 5 and we're going to go to the left 9 spaces, correct? Okay, count with me. Ready? 1,
2, 3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6, 7, 8,
So this would be negative.
Negative
We
4.
already know we have the answer, but we're still going to continue on the problem. So let's do B. B says this, just so I'm going to help you out. You start negative 2 feet below, and then you go down 4 more. What's the number sentence?
That would be negative 2 plus negative 4
Is what?
is negative 6.
Good. So I'm going to repeat that whatever I have written here, you need to have. You need to have the words positive, negative, downward, upward, forward, and you need to have these number sentences and the number line in order to get credit for each question. Okay, so Carlos has $53 and he spends $49. What is the new balance in his account? What do we do here, Joseph?
So right now we could do subtraction. And in this case, do 53 plus negative 49, or just do 53 minus 49. This gives us positive 4 as our answer for letter C.
Good. So number 1, the answer is going to be A, and you need to show all this work to get full credit. Failure to show the work will result in points off. Make myself clear? Okay, awesome. If you don't, there's a number line at the bottom, so you could use that one. You don't have to use mine, okay? I just made one so it's a little bit colorful for you. All right? Problem number 2, this one's a little tricky. Let's have, Mr. R, who do you want to read this one?
Let's go with
Jean?
no, Gene read already. He read the learning chart.
Oh.
Let's go with somebody I haven't heard from. Alan.
Alan?
Alan, can you read that for me?
A hiker starts hiking in the beginning of a trail. At a point which is 200 feet below sea level. He hikes to a location on the trail that is 580 feet above sea level and stops for lunch. What is the change in elevation?
Okay, so we have to draw a vertical number line. So how I got this is I went to shapes, like I was showing the other students. I went to insert line. I picked my color, which was red. I made a line, right? And then how I got the arrowheads is I used insert line on the top and the bottom. Then I know,
Mr. Mello,
then I know that 0 is in the center.
Mr. Mello,
I'm in the middle of a question. Yeah.
I already related that message.
Oh, thanks, Mr. R.
Mhm.
Okay. So as I was saying, because somebody called my name, so we start at negative 200 feet below. That's where we begin the trail. Alan, how far is negative 200 from 0? How many hops is negative 200 from 0?
It's 200.
200. Okay. So 200, yeah? So we know that we have to go 200. Oops. This is 200 feet from 0. Now, we need to figure out how far is 0 from 580, Alan?
280.
Huh?
200 from 580.
580. Good.
380 less.
So hold on. No. Don't worry about the 200, the negative 200. I want to know how far is 0 from 580?
300.
Good. No, not 300. Where are you getting 300? We have 0. We want to get to 580. How far is 0 from 580?
Oh, 580
Good. 580 feet
to 0.
from 0. Now, we want to know the total distance or the change in elevation, right? So let's look at this. We know that we have 200 feet from negative 200 to 0. That's 200. And we know from 0 to 580, it's 580. So what do you think we're going to do now? How are we going to figure out the change in elevation?
You could compare the two numbers and the difference in the two numbers.
Okay, so the difference in the two numbers. So we know that we have 580, right? And then we are subtracting negative 200. So what that means is in the video, right? If you remember the subtraction rules, we keep the 580, we change the negative sign into a positive because of the additive inverse, and then that negative 200 becomes the inverse, which is 200, which gives me a result of 780 feet. So the answer is that the change in elevation is 780 feet. Does that make sense to you all? Which pretty much is 200 plus 580, which is 780. Yes? Make sense? Mr. R, you look confused over there. You all right?
I'm good. I'm trying to deal with something.
Okay. Please screenshot that.
Did you get my message? Yankel's coming in.
Yes.
Alberry came in at 125.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, Alberry was 123. He was admitted 2 times. Okay, we're good? Okay, Arlenis is going to let us know when she has the screenshot, and then we're going to proceed on. Arlenis, you can come off and tell us if you have it. Oh, you're not the screenshot person, Angie?
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome, sorry about that. Let's move on to number 3. 3 and 4 are really simple. How about Mr. R, do you want to call on Javon Tyson? Javon, you want to try number 3 for Mr. R and I and your classmates?
We're dealing with something right now. Between me and him, I'm texting back and forth.
Oh, okay, okay, so he's busy right now. Maybe we can come back to him. What about,
Can you do me a favor? Can you put me in a breakout room?
sure, you guys need to go in a breakout room?
Yeah, with him.
Which means I got to stop the class. Hold on 1 second. Just you and Javon, right?
Yep.
All right, sorry guys. Can I try that problem? Sure, Jean. Sorry about the interruption, guys. Okay, so Jean, can you read it for us?
Okay, so the afternoon temperature was 5 at night. It fell to negative 2 F. How much did the temperature decrease? Okay, so our first number is 5F.
Okay.
So we're gonna put a dot on our possible 5 because I don't see like any negative. So it's that one.
So when it says it fell to negative 2, so we want to know 5 plus what is negative 2, right, Jean?
Yes.
So we need to know how many hops is it to the green circle or the square. What do we do, bud?
So I think I'm gonna go back like into to the left.
3. Yep, keep going. Yep, 3. Keep going. What comes next?
4, 5, 6, 7. So our number is 7.
Good. So the missing number to make this true is 5 plus negative 7.
Yeah.
Is negative 2. So negative 2 is equal to negative 2. Does that make sense to you all?
Yes.
So we would pick C. And Angie is going to screenshot this lovely question for everybody. Again, we started at 5, we needed to get to negative 2. We know that 5 plus 7 is 12. We know that 5 plus negative 3 is negative 8. We know that 5 plus 2 is 8. So clearly it has to be negative 7, right? Does that make sense for you all? Awesome. I'm gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah.
All right, Daniela, can you try problem number, what is this, 4 we're at? No? All right, what about Cynthia? Can you try problem 4 for us? Cynthia? No? Jean, you had a turn, honey. Hold on 1 second. How about Mariama? Can you try number 4? Hold on, Jean. Mariama needs help. You can help her. Go ahead, Mariama.
What is 3 plus negative 2 equivalent to?
So what number did we start on?
3.
And what do? We go to the right or the left of my dot?
Left.
How many spaces?
2.
What do we stop at?
1.
So what's the answer? A, B, C, or D, young lady?
B.
Good. That was easy. No, Mariama?
Yes.
You got the easiest one. All right, guys. Sure, Cynthia, you'll go next. So Angie's gonna let us know when she has this. You can come off mute or give me a thumbs up, Angie, because I'm pinning you right now.
I got it.
Awesome. Problem number 5. Cynthia, can you read this in a loud, proud voice? What do you got for me today?
Okay. What's that kid's name?
Kayla.
Caleb.
Kayla.
Caleb has $35 in his checking account. He spent $49 on a pair of shoes. What is the new balance of his account? So his number sentence will be $53 minus $49.
Which is
And that $4.
okay, so now there was some other information I posted in the video in my other classes. We need to identify what each part is, right? So talk to me about the $53. What does that represent? His starting what?
Amount in the account.
Starting amount in the account. You need to all have these notes. What does the 49 represent, young lady?
The money spent, and then that's the withdrawal in his shoes.
Good. The money spent on the shoes, which is a withdrawal, because you have to pay. Correct, Cynthia?
Yeah.
Awesome. And Cynthia, what does this 4 represent? I forgot.
Is how much money Caleb has in his account.
As microphones. I don't know who that is. You should be focusing on the work right now. Okay? You could do that after. All right, so there you go. So clearly, Cynthia, do we pick A, B, C, or D, please?
C.
Beautiful job. Guys got that? Easy, right? Angie, let me know once you have this, okay? Awesome. Awesome sauce. All right, this one is going to really entail you to think, though. Let's hear from Lorena. Can you please read this for me? Tori? Lorena?
Tori
Ended a hike.
ended a hike at an elevation of 1,000 meters above sea level. She had started at an elevation of 1,000 meters below sea level. Write a number sentence that represents Tori's change in elevation. What is Tori's change in elevation? Draw a picture representing the situation.
Okay, so again, if you start to randomly just take the drawing tool, I'm not going to take that because it's going to be messy. I want you to go to shapes, like me, and insert a line. You all have that option. You're going to make a line at the bottom. That's what it should look like. It should be a sloppy mess. And then you're going to label 1,000 feet below is where the hike started, negative. So, Lorena, how far is negative 1,000 from 0, ma'am?
1,000.
1,000. So guess what? From here to here, I'm going to take my text box and I'm going to write 1,000. I'm going to change it to red so you can see it. Actually, I'm going to change it to green. No, red. 1,000 to 0. Got that? Yeah. Lorena, how far is 0 from 1,000? Very redundant. How far is 1,000 from 0?
1,000.
Okay. So we're going to do that in orange. 1,000 feet to 0. Now, we have to come up with a number sentence like we did on the first question in order to figure out this answer, correct? Number sentence. Let's do that. What is the starting amount? Do we start, where did we start the elevation? Positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, and we're subtracting it from where we stopped, which is 1,000, correct? We're going to
Yes.
additive inverse. So we're going to keep the 1,000 when we subtract. We're going to change the Sorry, I wrote it backwards. It actually should be this way. Sorry. 1,000 minus, it should be like this, minus negative 1,000. My mistake. I'm like doing, okay. So now we're going to start at 1,000. Why is it coming? Okay. 1,000. What's the inverse of a negative?
Positive.
Okay, so when we have a subtraction sign, those two become positive. And then we have positive 1,000. Use the additive inverse with the subtraction. What's 1,000 plus 1,000? Come on, 1,000 plus 1,000?
2,000.
2,000. So what is the answer? The change in Tori's elevation is?
2,000.
2,000 what? 2,000 feet what? Jelly beans what? 2,000 feet, right? You guys see that? What we're using here is we're using the keep change change. We use the KCC, keep change change. The subtraction becomes plus, right? You do the additive inverse. Does that make sense for you all? Yes? Alan, I hope you're writing this down, sir. Thank you, Lorena. Michelle, are you around, sweetheart? Michelle, are you there? Michelle, would you be willing to try number 7 for us? I would love to hear you do it because you're doing fabulous in this class, young lady. Would you like to try it? Let's see, I got a message. Okay, maybe another time. No problem. Got you. Who wants to do number 7?
Me.
Who's me? Jean?
Yes, me.
Okay, Jean. Take it away, Jean Carlos. What do you got?
This situation could be solved using the equation of -4 plus 4 equals 0. A. Tryon has $4 in his lunch account. He deposits $4 in his account when he gets to school in the morning. B. Juliana recorded.
Wait, Jean, before you read the next question, let's write the number sentence. So you start with $4 and you make a deposit. Is that a positive or negative number?
It's a negative number. I mean that's a positive number, but the thing is, I wouldn't pick A because the question says a positive 4 and a positive and a -4, and the A just sets 2 positive numbers, so I wouldn't pick A.
Okay, so let's write the number sentence. Good. Read me letter B. We're going to read it, and then we're going to write the math sentence, and then you tell me what you think, okay? You're doing awesome. Read B.
Okay, so B. Juliana recorded a temperature of -4 degrees at 8 a.m. An hour later, the temperature increased 4 degrees. Okay, so this one, I think we can use this one because first of all, like for 2 reasons. First of all, it has a -4 and a positive 4, and second, because in the question it says equation -4 plus positive 4, and the first number here is -4, so I will use this one. But I'm gonna read the other ones. So now C. Justin places 4 counters, each representing -1 in a group. He creates a total of 4 identical groups. Well, I don't think I should. I don't know. Like I don't know to use this one because it doesn't have it doesn't have a -4, and we are looking for -4 and +4. So I don't think this can be useful.
Okay, let me help you write the sentence. You see my circles there? You see how I made circles, sir? You're doing really well. You see how I made them?
Yes.
Each one of these has a -1. So if I have 4 of them that each one is -1, how much negatives do I have? What's -1 plus -1 plus -1 plus -1 equivalent to?
-4.
Okay, so but here's the issue though. Well, do you know what the word identical means?
Identical? No.
So when something is, when you have you ever heard of identical twins? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
Okay. So I'm going to teach you. Identical means the same thing. When something is identical, it's the same. So identical twins, they look the same. They have the same genes, the same phenotype, all of that. They look identical. You don't know who's who, right?
Yeah.
I have 2 friends that are identical twins, and I never know who's who. Literally, they literally are spitting images of each other, the same thing. So if I have 4 identical groups and each group has -4, I'm going to actually add -4 plus -4, Jean. And what's that?
Negative. It will be
Negative.
-8.
Okay, -8.
So I don't think it can be this one because like we're looking for a model that represents 0. Like it's like the answer is equivalent to 0. So I don't know. We can use that one. So
Okay.
D. Mia walks 4 blocks towards her home and stops to get a snack. She walks the remaining 4 blocks home. Okay, so I don't think we can also use that. I don't know, like if you use this one because it doesn't have like a -4, and we're looking for -4 and a +4 that give us 0. So I don't know this one. I wouldn't pick this one.
So listen, well, let's look at it. If you go 4 blocks, that's +4, right? So look at, you're going to go, let's say you lived 4 blocks from Specca, right?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Jean Carlos, you live 4 blocks from Specca. So school's over, it's 4:15. You leave Specca and you go walk 4 blocks. And when you get to the 4th block, you said, hey, I'm hungry. I'm going to go buy a snack at the bodega, right?
Yeah.
I buy a snack there. Now I still got to walk another 4 blocks home. So how many blocks did I walk in all? How many blocks did I walk in all?
9 blocks.
What's 4 plus 4 though?
Well, it's 8.
8. So do you see that? So let's go show this on the number line. So we're going to start at -4, as Jean said earlier. And do I move to the right or the left of my dot, sir?
We're gonna move to the right because it's a +4.
Good. And what number do I arrive at? 1?
1, 2, 3, 4. It will be a 0.
Good job.
So basically, our answer is a 0, and it's correct because the question like it says what can represent like a -4 plus +4, which will be equal to 0. And right now we are giving our answer like this. So yeah, we are correct.
Jean Carlos, I got to say, and I'm going to tell you classmates, I am beyond proud of you, and so is Mr. R. You have come so far. I'm very proud of you. Thank you for always contributing, and thank you for always putting in your reasoning and learning from your mistakes. It really means a lot to see that. So thank you, sir. All right. We're going to have to call on somebody else, though, okay? Because you've been doing a lot of them, which is cool. Jean, why don't you pick somebody to do the next problem?
Okay. I believe that Shaylin can do it. Shaylin.
Shaylin? Okay, Shay, I know you don't feel well, but we're going to help you out, okay? You could type in the chat, and then maybe Jean Carlos can leave your responses. How's that? All right. So this one's really, really easy. So maybe, Angie, you want to read the question, and Shay, you're going to type your answers in the responses, okay? Shay? All right. So Angie's going to read the question, and then I'm going to ask a question, and Shay, you're going to type it, and Jean's going to read it. Okay, go ahead, Angie.
What is the distance between -23 and 12?
So Shay, the question I need you to answer in the chat is, how far is 0 from -23? Did she write it? What did she say, Jean?
She said 23.
Okay, so we're going to write that 23 units from 0. Okay. So the next question that Shaylin has to answer is, how far is 0 from 12 on my right side?
12, she said.
You said 12? I agree. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay,
Totally.
so far so good, right, Shay? Good job, guys. 12 units from 0. Okay. Now, we want to find the distance. To find the total distance, what are we going to do with 32 and 12, Shay? Give me the number sentence. We want to find the total distance. Are we adding? Are we subtracting? What are we doing? Are we adding or subtracting to find the total distance, Shay? Daniela said something, and Shaylin said adding. Good. What are we adding? What 2 numbers do we add? What is on the number line that you just said in blue and red, ma'am? Yep.
She said 23 and 12.
So when you add, think it, when you add 23 plus 12, Shay, what do we get? That's easy. Come on, 23 plus 12?
35, she said.
So what answer should we pick? A, B, C, or D, young lady? Your student response person will read the answer that you pick. What does
She
she
said B.
She said B?
Yes.
She is correcto mundo. Muy bien. Thank you for the teamwork on that problem. You see, guys, it's not that bad, right? Integers, 7th grade math isn't bad, right? You see,
It's more easy than I thought.
it's easier than what you thought. You see, it's not so bad. All the skills that we taught you are now coming in handy for 7th grade math. No? All right, let's continue on. Angie, let me know once you have this, dear. Angie? Yes, no? If I can't really hear you, sweetheart, so can you type if you got it? Say yes or no.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Okay. This is the last question that's very, very tricky. Okay, I want to go over some vocabulary words. Maybe some of you know it, maybe some of you don't. And if you don't, it's okay, because I don't expect you to know everything, right? Because we're still learning. Even us as teachers still learn new things every day, right? So when we see the word below sea level, we know it means negative. Now, here's a new word for some of you. The word ascends, Jean, means goes up. It's positive. When something descends, it goes down. So I need you to write down the blue, green, and purple words as so. These are very important. You're going to be seeing these words now in 7th grade and in 8th grade. So you need to know below is negative. Ascending means you're going up. Descending means you go down. So you got a little ELA lesson here. You can tell your ELA teachers, because we always do ELA in math class. You know that. We always read, right? We justify our answer by showing some kind of image or proving why it's right. We support it, like rate when you read passages, correct? And poems and short stories and scripts and all that stuff, right? Different genres. All right. A submarine is 50 feet below. We know below is a negative integer, correct? Now, the next question says it ascends 15. So does that mean it goes up to 0 or it goes down?
It goes up.
How much?
I believe 15 meters.
Okay, so check this out, Jean. Numbers sentence. Why is it so tiny? All right, oops, not numbers. Numbers sentence. So, Jean, we got this. We got 50. We started at negative 50, and we're adding 15. When the signs are different, we keep the sign of the higher number, and we subtract, right? So what's 50 minus 15? That's what this answer is going to equal, where my box is going to go with a green number. 50.
15 minus 15 0.
Negative what?
Negative 35 meters.
Good. 35 meters, we're going to write, below sea level. So I'm going to write something here that this represents ascending. Who's trying to come in here? Oh, Michelle must have had internet issue. Okay. Ascending, oopsie, ascending 15 units to arrive at negative 35. We all agree with that, right? Negative 50 plus 15 is negative 35 in green, yes? Now, we're going to descend. So the opposite of ascending, which is going up, is descending, which is going, opposite of up is, yeah, below, down. Good, Jean. We're going to go down 40. So I'm going to start at negative 30, and I'm going to go down 40 more, which puts me still in the negative number. So now we have to say, what is negative 35 plus negative 40 equal to? And that's where we stop for the submarine. So what's 30 plus 40? That's the answer. What is it? Who knows?
75.
So check this out. Thank you. 75, is it positive or negative, sir?
Negative.
So negative 75, I'm going to put this up here, negative 75 meters below sea level. Now, this little bracket that I wrote, I'm going to use, let me see, I'm going to try to write this maybe in red here. Actually, I'm going to write it in blue. I think it will look better in blue. This is going to represent descending. Okay, this is going to represent descending 40 meters from, what is it, negative 35 to arrive at, this is the best one I did all day for some reason. I don't know how. So who can give me the full sentence? What's the submarine's new position relative to sea level? How can we restate that to make it like ELA?
Submarine's new positive relative to sea level is negative 75 meters.
Good. Is negative 75 meters, what, above or below?
Below sea level.
Do you see how easy that was? You guys just did 7th grade math like that. So shout out to all of you that tried your best, that helped, that contributed, that participated, that wrote something in the chat, or even if you were just sitting there trying to think and learn, that works too. So there is problem number 9. Does anyone have any questions about anything? Because guess what you have to do? You have to finish turning your notes in. And then if you finish that, you're going to work on your iReady because your iReady is due at 3:30. So technically you have another 24 minutes of math, and then you have an hour to do iReady. So you should have an hour and 24 minutes. If you didn't finish your iReady, now's a good time.
I got the screenshot.
Good. Does anyone have any feedback about today's lesson? Thumbs up if you thought it was, okay, I understand what they're doing and real life, okay. I don't see all thumbs up. So Dwight, Haley, Michelle, Isabella, Yankel, Javon, you can give me, oh no, you can't because of your mouse, I forgot. Nahidalin, Yankel, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I mean, okay. So turn those notes in. Remember, to get 100, the notes have to look like what I modeled for you and what's in Google Classroom. Once you're done, you do iReady for math. If you already finished your math iReady and your ELA iReady, you can work on the extra credit assignment that is due on June 5th. That's posted on May 15th. And don't forget, tomorrow is Saturday school, folks. iReady 3:30, it's due 150 minutes, all right? Good work, guys.